Hi, my name is Dan and I'm one of the tutors from the Only Good Vibes Music Academy. So today we're going to be looking at audio effects on a digital controller. This is a Pioneer XDJ RX2. Most controllers have a variety of audio effects that you can apply to your music. I tend to use audio effects not that much, every now and again, kind of in between while I'm mixing. So I might, for example, use like the flanger effect just before a drop, just to kind of give that kind of bit more impact. Or I might use the echo effect if I'm kind of switching from one tempo to another. So you can use it in a variety of ways. The controller I've got here, the mixer section here is kind of emulating the DJM mixers produced by Pioneer. And more and the controllers which are being released at the moment, it's quite a familiar kind of lookout. I'm guessing that Pioneer obviously want DJs who are using controllers like this or other controllers to be able to kind of take their music to the bars or the clubs or the events, and then they'll be familiar with the mixer down there. So this kind of section here is the mixer. Over here is the color section. Again, on other controllers you might find some of these effects in different places, and basically you're able to select either a filter, noise, dub echo or a sweep on here, and then this is where the sound color effects come in really. So if I just kind of demonstrate what they actually sound like when you apply them to your music, so you basically need to press one of these buttons and then you twist the knob here either to the right or to the left for you better to hear the actual sound color effects. So let's begin with the filter. If I press play, I'm able to hear here. It would be like a low pass filter. Or if I go this way round, it's more of a high pass filter. Okay, so over here we've got a noise effect. You have to make sure you've got this parameter turned up as well, so you can hear the impact of that noise feature on there. So with a noise feature, even with nothing playing, so that's quite good fun to use. We've got the dub echo effect, so let's hear what that sounds like. Quite good fun to use as well. You might use that in your breakdowns or something maybe. And then we've got a sweep, which is good for the build. It's a bit like a filter sweep basically on there. Personally, I just tend to stick to the filter because most other DJ controllers, the knob that you see here just above the fader will be just a filter, either a low pass or a high pass filter. But like with a lot of other controllers, you can MIDI map some of the functions and the buttons so that they can control different audio effects. So this is here the sound color effects section. So I'll turn that off. Yeah, and it doesn't work unless you've got it turned on and it's flashing to tell you. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the audio effects section on this side of the controller. So there's 8 different types of audio effects on here. We've got a delay, an echo, spiral, reverb, transform, flanger, pitch and roll. I personally only use kind of 2 or 3 of them while I'm mixing, so I tend to just kind of stick into using the echo, the flanger, and then maybe the pitch or possibly the transform. I think they're quite cool effects to use on here. So in order to change the effect, you have to basically twist this dial and it allows you to kind of select it. You can have the effect either selecting anything on side A or side B. You can have it affecting the microphone, so you might want to put a bit of reverb on an MC or a singer who's performing with you. An auxiliary, so the external device that you might have kind of wired into these decks, or you can have it affecting channel 1, channel 2 or the master. But personally I just switch in between whatever channel. I might just have an effect just on one side while I'm doing one of my mixes. Okay, so let's have a little listen to some of these effects. So let's start off with the delay. And you've got the big blue button down here, which basically just screams, please press me. And you'll see as soon as I press it, it starts flashing, which indicates that it is activated. The audio effect will be activated. And then we've got your level depth here. So if you turn it all the way down there, the effect won't be working. Whereas obviously you turn it all the way up. I tend to kind of keep it maybe around the middle, or maybe going up a little bit higher, but then I might turn it back down, or I might just turn the effect off to kind of get rid of it. So let's have a little listen to the delay effect. So let's have a listen on this side. So you can kind of hear that the song kind of carries on in the background. Let's try this time with the echo effect. I quite like using this one. Kind of again, it carries on and carries on and carries on, which is quite cool. And as soon as I turn it off, the song would carry on. But you can kind of hear the effect carrying on as well. The spiral, this is pretty cool as well, quite similar to the echo and the delay. So let's have a listen to that one. So that kind of works that way. You've got your reverb. That's quite good fun to use maybe during a breakdown or something to kind of affect some of the other sounds in there. Okay, next we've got the transform, and this basically kind of chops the sound, chops the music that you're listening to, depending on whatever beats you've got it set to. And you can change the beat of the effects here, so I'll quickly show you that. So that's quite cool there. Flanger, this is my favourite one. You probably hear this a lot on DJ mixes. I quite like using that just before you kind of get a drop, or just before it goes into like a new section. We've got the pitch here. This is quite good fun. So it alters the pitch of the music as well. And then finally we've got the kind of roll effect, and this is quite similar actually to the slip loop over here. So this is why I don't tend to use it. I just use the slip loop and have this set to a different effect instead. And as you can see there, I was changing the length of the beat, and obviously it affects it slightly differently. And the beat effects, that affects all the effects very, very slightly differently. So have a little mess around with that. Well, I hope you found that tutorial useful around using audio effects on a digital controller. Please stay tuned for the next tutorial, which is all about auto looping and using the beat roll or the slip roll feature on a digital DJ controller.